Right. I think we are a tech first startup, right? And I think I think how marketing has changed over the last decade, right? You need to understand that initially it was one billboard, one TV ad, and one radio ad, right? Now it has changed to say 500 Google ad creatives, 10 YouTube videos, 500 blogs, 20 Twitter, tweets that you're doing, right? So the point is now the earlier, which was one content on a one channel, now there are 15 channels and content is being created for each of those 15 channels, right? If you don't use tech, there's no way possibly you can bring all that data back and actually use them, right? You can keep on pushing stuff, but you wouldn't know what is working, what is not. There's a quote by someone, I think marketing lead from P&G. He says that 50% of my marketing works, I just don't know which 50%, right? So I think the goal is, without tech, that will always be a problem, and I think that is how you need to think of it. How we do it is, we want to understand at the very core of it where our users are getting in from. Is it paid? Is it organic? Is it a second time user? Is it a user that came in from a specific website, specific social media source? I think once we are able to gauge all of that, we are able to do more investments, double on stuff that is working, double on stuff that is not, remove stuff that is not working, right? So I think tech gives us that visibility. I think visibility is important, and also helps us consume data in a way which we can derive insights from, right? CTRs are say 3% or 5%, 7%, you don't know which is right? But using different A/B testers, different content, HTML or plain text, you can probably see benchmark and then see what's working for your brand. So I think tech is the most important puzzle thing to figure out in this puzzle. It's not the entire thing, but it's a very important part of it. In a B2B setup like ours, our retention or our acquisition really depends on brand recall. When somebody in a company decides to buy content, is Pepper content on top of their minds, right? Because buying decisions in our setups happen over a long period of time. So how we use CleverTap is basically ensuring that every month, periodically, how are we on the top of our customers' mind, right? And even when they come into the funnel, when they sign up on a platform, right? What is the kind of engagement we are able to draw doing? And then once so there's an initial journey, obviously, once from in entry to an exit, the first 20-25 days of a user, whether in that journey that person either converts or that doesn't convert, right? Once the person converts, they are sent on a different journey where the highest we try to tell users how they can drive more value from Pepper, right? And the non-converted users, right? I think it's activation. So we talk differently, right? We talk why they should be investing in content. We talk about what other brands are possibly doing in the same industry, right? So I think CleverTap helps us segment all of this very well, drilled on this is level 1, level 2, level 3, right? Level 2 is probably can be has the users even engaged once with the platform, and then move so on and so forth, right? Has the users consumed any kind of content or any kind of credits or across the platform or stuff, right? So I think it's very well integrated with each step of our platform, and I think now is time when we cannot imagine our infrastructure without CleverTap. I think 3 months ago we wanted to run a campaign, right? And for the first time, because of CleverTap being implemented for 6 months, we had data, to the level that connecting user acquisition with the source of acquisition, right? So, for example, which keyword was a user acquired, right? And once we started seeing that data and actually started sending campaigns, basis that, which is basically contextualization, right? If a person is coming to a keyword for SEO versus a person coming to a keyword for social media, I think once you send a campaign that is specific to we saw CTRs, open rates, click-through rates, meetings, conversions, all go through the roof. And I think that is when we realize that how tech can be used for insights and actionable insights, and actually drive real value conversion for our business, right? And I think that is our now de facto approach for how we see data, how we see our user funnels as well.